Today I will be comparing all the various foods I tried in Budapest and compile them into this neat tier list. Who do you think will make the S ranks? Let's see. Part A. Hungarian foods I tried in Budapest. Let's begin with a Hungarian classic, Langos, which I tried at Retro Langos. What are these, you ask? Essentially, deep fried dough with savory toppings, and you can get a lot of combinations. Langos, I think, is the ultimate drink companion because it's so fatty and satisfying. I tried two versions, one with sour cream and cheese and one with sour cream, cheese, lardons, and onion. I found them extremely tasty, but they were a bit heavy, I must admit. I don't know, they didn't blow me away, and for that reason, I will give them a solid B. So let's go to our tier list. Langos gets a B. Let's put them here. The next item on the list was beef goulash, which I gotten in Frici Papa, I don't know how to pronounce it. I mean, what can I say? Like, goulash, it's a very nice stew, very satisfying. The flavors were so rich and deep. It was a comforting dish. I would eat that again and again, but for some reason, it didn't wow me. And because of that, I'll give a goulash a solid A. So goulash gets a respectable A. Maybe even A plus, you know, it was really good. The next dish is chicken paprikash with mini dumplings or noodles. The spiciness was just right. The texture and the sauciness reminded me of a European curry, but maybe that's just me. It was delightful. And for that reason, we have our very first dish that gets an S rank. Chicken goulash, you took my breath away. Let's go to the tier list and award our very first S rank for Budapest food. So the cheeky goulash gets our first S rank. Let's put it here. The last dish we had at Papa's was the Brer roast with potato wedges. I did a bit of Googling, but I couldn't find exactly what a Brer roast is. If any of you can explain this dish to me, I would deeply appreciate it. I'm not gonna lie, it was delicious, but it was on the drier side, especially compared to the other two dishes, which were quite saucy. But because we ate it together, they complemented each other in a way. If I was going to eat it by itself, maybe I would give it a C, but because I ate it as part of an experience of all things together, then I will give it a B. The Brer roast gets a B. Oh, well done, Brer. We also tried dessert at Papa's, a single crepe filled with cream cheese, powdered sugar, cinnamon, and poppy seeds. It was really delightful. For such a simple dessert, it hit quite hard. For that reason, I'm giving the crepe an A. It was really close to an S. Next on the list is an unusual breakfast which we had at a peculiar place. It was a sausage, mustard, and plain white bread, which we had at a butcher shop. Yes, you heard it right. We had it at Hus Hentesaru. If I am butchering the pronunciation, I'm really sorry, Hungarians in Budapestis. After going on Reddit and watching a lot of YouTube videos, I thought that this was the place where we could get a very traditional Hungarian sausage at a butcher shop, which for a germaphobe like me is quite an adventure. It's literally like my worst case scenario. And I put my personal prejudices and fears and germophobic concerns aside, and we went there. And I tried the sausage, and
Oh my days.
it was so delightful. Not heavy, just perfectly seasoned with all the right ingredients. The spiciness was spot on. The mustard wasn't too hot on the mouth, but not too sweet either. And that bread, just amazing. So, our second S-class food is the Hungarian sausage, which you can get at the butcher shop. Let's go to the tier list and award this amazing dish with an S rank. Well done, butcher shop sausage. I underestimated you. Because that day we made the mistake of only ordering one sausage to share at the butcher shop, we left quite hungry, so we decided that we should have a second breakfast. So we went to this market hall where on the top floor there is a little restaurant where they make you Hungarian scrambled eggs with sausage. And that was really good too. Not as good as the original sausage, and for that reason I awarded an A. So the Hungarian scramble gets an A. Hungarian food is doing quite well, isn't it? The next thing I tried was a Hungarian dessert. I know that some other countries might have this as well. It's called a chimney cake, but this was the first time I tried it. And it was quite nice, but it didn't wow me or anything. It was a nice snack, but I don't know if I would have this repeatedly. Maybe once a year or something. For that reason, the chimney cake gets a solid C. Not too bad, not magnificent, just right in the middle. Let's go to our tier list and award the chimney cake with a C. This next opinion is gonna be controversial. I know that maybe I didn't try this dish at the most suitable place because I had it at an all-you-can-eat buffet. So Budapestis, Hungarians, don't get mad at me. But I really disliked the stuffed cabbage leaves with pork mince because, I mean, we do this so well. In another video, which I recommend you go watch later, I suggested that the Cypriot national dish should be koupepkia με το κολοκάσι. And koupepkia are a very close cousin of this dish because it's vine leaves stuffed with pork and rice. But these cabbage rolls were so bad. Honestly, the flavors were off, the cabbage was too raw and tough to bite into. It wasn't a pleasant experience. And for that reason, I'm gonna give it a very low score. Actually, it didn't even get a pass. The stuffed cabbage rolls get an F. I'm really sorry. The venison stew that I also had at Trofea had a completely different score. It was really juicy, tender, just the perfect amount of seasonings. The sweetness was on point. I don't know what to say. It was phenomenal. It was just one little hair away from an S rank. And I don't know, maybe because I'm feeling bad for the previous score, I will give the venison stew an S rank. Well done, Trofea, and well done, venison stew. So venison stew, welcome to the S rank tier. You will be in good company with the chicken paprikash and the butcher shop sausage. Another Hungarian dessert slash snack are these little bars which you can get from a fridge. So what they are essentially is a chocolate bar filled with Cur cheese. And we tried two flavors, one with white chocolate and the other with dark chocolate. And they both had some sort of fruit on the inside. The one with the dark chocolate, I assume it had either apricot or peach. I couldn't exactly pinpoint it. And the one with the white chocolate had strawberry or something like that. They were both really good, very refreshing. They were unique. I haven't had such a chocolate bar before. And I would have it again. I will give them a solid B, which I think is quite respectable. So for the little Cur cheese chocolate bars, they get a B. Well done. A Hungarian dessert and a Budapesti delicacy, which you can only find in Roseworm Cafe, one of the oldest cafes in Europe and possibly in the world, was the Roseworm cream cake. And if it was possible, if there was even a category, this cream cake would have gotten a super S rank, a good tier S rank. It was just phenomenal, delightful. The layers above and under the cream were so crispy yet airy. The custard, it was just properly set and pillowy, soft, and just mind-blowingly good. And having that with a hot coffee on a slightly cloudy day, it really blew my mind. Roseworm Cafe, well done. I applaud you. Roseworm cream cake near the Fisherman's Bastion, you are getting an S rank. Bravo. Part B. International food I tried in Budapest. The first place that we have to try was this cafe called Artisan, which is essentially a fancy bakery that also serves coffee. I found this cafe through recommendations I saw on Reddit, but also through the recommendations that we've gotten from our tour guide the previous day. While at Artisan, we tried this very simple yet magnificent sandwich, which was a whole wheat roll with mortadella, and it was supremely yummy. I didn't expect that such a simple sandwich would satisfy all my morning cravings. Second on the list, we tried this cheese croissant that looked like a baton or like a cheese stick. It was a very surprising thing to try, but simultaneously it was really good. Savory, the slightly burnt cheese on top created this contrast between the cheesiness and butteriness, and honestly, it was just magnificent. It was a really good pastry. The third thing we tried was this summer fruit Danish or forest fruit Danish. I don't know how exactly to describe it, but it was spot on. I am not a huge dessert person, but this could definitely convert me to one. All the foods we tried in Artisan Cafe were supremely good, but they had that little point missing from making them into S tier. I would give them an S minus, but because I don't have such a tier on my tier list, I have to put them in A. Nevertheless, Artisan Cafe was really great, and if you are near or you have the time, you should definitely check it out. Next place on the list is a restaurant called Bamba Mara, which is a burger bar. near the St. Stephen Basilica. After a glorious walking tour, me and my brother found ourselves really hungry, and we thought, let's try a very popular chain in Budapest which serves burgers. And then the decor and the atmosphere and the burgers they showed on the various photos around really inspired us to have a seat and check it out. They were quite disappointing. The buns were quite stale, and the burgers, even though we opted for some sort of imported Angus burger, they were nothing special. Not very tasty, not completely inedible, but I wouldn't eat there again. I'm really surprised that this chain of burger bars are so popular in Budapest, especially because Budapest is full of excellent places for you to have a nice meal. And I am pretty sure that if we tried any other burger joint, we would have enjoyed ourselves way more. And for that reason, I am giving Bamba Mara burger an D. I'm really sorry about that, guys. The final S tier food that we had, actually food and drink that we had, was from Bor's Gastropub, where they serve these little sandwiches with different kinds of fillings. Just check out their menu, because if there is a flavor that you like, I bet they have a little sandwich for you. Their craft sodas are the bee's knees. Come on, mango as a soft drink. It was phenomenal. Just the food was delightful and the drinks were just perfect. The last thing that I will rank today is a breakfast from a place called Circus, which managed to fulfill our breakfast craves and desires on our last day in Budapest. We had these amazing dishes called recovery breakfasts that included scrambled eggs, breakfast potatoes, bacon, sausage, salad, toast, croissant, juice, and coffee or tea. And not only that, we also had American pancakes with caramelized banana and cocoa. They were both really, really good. If possible, they would get an S minus, and therefore they will fit snugly in our A tier. Well done, Circus Cafe. And this was my tier list of all the foods I tried in Budapest. What do you think? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me know down in the comments. And if you found this video enjoyable or entertaining, try watching this video, where I rank all the foods I tried in Split, Croatia. Or try watching this video, where I tell you my opinion about which food should be the Cypriot national dish. Please like, comment, subscribe, share. Help this channel, guys. Until the next one. Bye!